Good evening. My name is Sharika Tompkins, and I am doing my presentation on the biopsychosocial effects of obesity. Did you all know that an estimate of 160 million Americans suffers from obese or either being overweight? Nearly 3/4 of American men and more than 60% of women are either obese or overweight. In this presentation, I will discuss the negative effect that obese has on our population. I will also discuss the body mass and show that how we need to watch out for our weight, our height, and our body fat percentages to make sure that we are in line with our weight and our height at the age group that we're in. I will also discuss the biopsychosocial model theory that was founded by Dr. George Engel. I will also discuss the Prader-Willi syndrome and the Lipton. And also I will discuss what can we do to be able to make sure that we are keeping ourselves from not being obese, and what are some of the contributing factors that lead to so many of us gaining so much weight. What is obesity? Obesity is defined as a condition in which abnormal or excessive fat accumulation in adipose tissue impairs health. What is body mass index? Weight to height ratio calculated by dividing one's weight in kilograms by the square of one's height in meters, used as an indicator of obese and underweight. If your MBI is 30% or higher, you are considered obese. I have created a body mass index chart. On your left-hand side, you will see the height ranging from 4'6" all the way to 6'8". At the top, we have the weight from 120 all the way to 250. This chart is based off the age group from age 20 and older. As you can see over here, I have anything that is in the red that is considered to be obese. Anything that is in orange is overweight. Everything that is blue is a healthy weight. And anything that is in the green is based off you are considered to be underweight. So as we know, we definitely don't want to be obese. We don't want to be overweighted. We don't want to be underweight. We want to make sure that all times that we are in the blue category. So I'm going to start off here at 4'6". As you can see, the shorter you are, the lower your percentage are, that will cause you to be obese very quick. Like if you are 4'6", if you have a body mass weight of 29%, you are already overweight. So you don't even get the 30% that most people get to even be considered to be overweight. So for a 4'6" person, they definitely have to be at least have their body fat percentage at probably roughly around 23-25%, so that they could be considered at a healthy weight due to their height. Versus when you go down to the bottom and you see someone that is at 6'8", they are considered to be underweight if their body percent is between 13 to 18%. So even with them, they have to make sure for them to be at a healthy weight that their body mass have to be at 19% all the way up to 24%. And past that, would consider them to be overweight, they would have to be at 25 to 28%. Anything past that, so I'm going to say give or take, if they are pushing probably about the 30% range, which for everybody else, then at that time, then they would consider to be obese. As you can see, people that are range of that 5'8", 5'6" percentage, they'll seem to be a little bit more healthy. Like they have the opportunity to make it up to Let's see here. They can be 160 pounds at 5'6", and they'll still be at a good healthy rate. And then versus someone being at 5 feet, they only can be at 120 pounds. Anything past that, once they get to 130 on up, now they can grow into that 25% overweight on up to being obese. At the max of, let's see, 49% at 250, they're considered to be obese. So we definitely have to kind of make sure that at all times we know what our actual height is, that we are, getting those types of scales that allow you to be able to find out what is your body mass, so that you can make sure that you're keeping that in line, so that you can know when you are considered to be overweight, underweight, or obese, or you at a healthy range. I can't recall the name of those scales, but I know a lot of people that do the personal trainers, people that do the Herbalife. They use those scales a lot when they are trying to train their people. When they're doing their weekly weigh-ins, they have them to do that so they can know what their body mass is, so that they can kind of keep up with that and know where they fall at on the spectrum. Negative effects of obesity: leading cause of death, low energy levels, heart disease, cancers, high blood pressure, gallbladder disease, sleep apnea, breathing issue, mental illness, type 2 diabetes, low quality of life, joint problems, body aches and pains, as well as many other health problems. One thing that I've noticed in reference to that, a lot of people who have become vegans, one thing that they complained about is that, when they were, eating meat and other stuff that it was unhealthy, that how they had so much of pain in their backs, in their knees, how their diabetes was not where it needed to be at. They always had to, check in and take the insulin, very often, and just going in and out of the hospital. But once they became vegans and they started to live and eat clean, a lot of that problems went away, and that they was able to get, once they got their weight, I would say, down at a decent workable level, that a lot of those problems went away. So we definitely have to be mindful that when you are overweight and dealing with obese, that you will have problems with your sleeping, whether it's you snoring through the night, where there's times where while people are sleeping, their hearts cut off and they, come back on and stuff like that. They having problem with their knees and stuff is always swelling up. Their pressure is constantly higher, and they don't have a lot of energy to be able to do things that normal people do. Obesity, I definitely do feel, deals with a lot with mental health illness, because I feel that it has to be something, whether you suffer from anxiety, whether you have depression, that it just cause a person to be able to just eat so much. I just don't feel that no one wakes up and just say, I'm going to eat 2 boxes of pizza for no reason. It has to be something that is stemming from that. So definitely, these are all definitely the negative effects that obesity have on a person's body. George L. Ingram created the biosocial model of health and illness in 1977 at the University of Rochester Medical Center. This model demonstrates that health and illness could be better understood when we look at the combinations of biological, psychological, and social factors. These factors are believed to impact one's overall health. Biological factors of obesity can be genetics, gender, physical illness, central health of the entire body, and medication effects. Obesity can be caused through genetics, Bardet-Biedl syndrome is a genetic disorder which causes obesity and many other health problems. This syndrome is inherited from the parents. Mother and father carry one copy of the mutant gene. This syndrome causes disturbance in appetite and regulating hormones. Prader-Willi syndrome is another genetic disorder known to cause obesity. This symptom is caused from the deletion of a part of a chromosome passed down by the father. Another genetic factor that causes obesity is the leptin. It is a secreted fat cells. This leptin is secreted by and plays a major role in the regulation of food intake, energy balance, and body weight in both humans and rodents. Weight gain is associated with the high leptin levels, and women tends to be more obese than men. Psychological factors that contribute to obesity: attitudes, behaviors, emotional coping skills, past traumas, beliefs. Maria and her husband of 10 years have recently became divorced due to her husband's infidelity. Maria found a way of dealing with her pain by eating more as her coping mechanism. Due to the fact of her not eating anything that was considered to be healthy, she was using the food as, comfort food, fried food and ice creams and other snacks and stuff like this, which caused her in the end to be able to gain more weight, and it ended up making her happier instead of confident in her because she didn't like the way she looked with her image. Another example in reference to comfort food would be considered soul food. In the African American culture, we consider soul food to be good for our soul. It's pretty much tradition going all the way back to the slavery times. So, mostly on Sundays and other big major holidays, we definitely consume a lot of fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, baked beef, chitterlings, sweet potato pies, and other stuff. And not realizing that stuff, even though we think it's good for our soul, it's really not. It's high in fat, and it eventually causes health issues through the entire family. Too much soul food definitely have a negative impact on the family's health. So we definitely have to make sure that we're not eating so much food that have a lot of sugar and salt and other fattening, seasoning and stuff in it. Social factors that contribute to obese: community, relationships, family background, work environments, peers, community health resources, education, social and economic status. Most people that suffer from obesity have limited or no access to health care. They experience discrimination and unequal treatment when going to certain doctors. A lot of them have a lack of education. Even fewer of them that are in poverty don't even have a high school diploma. We have some that they don't really make too much money, so they're not able to be able to afford healthier food. And as we all know, unhealthy food seems to cost way less than healthy food. So it's easier for you to get fat than it is for you to get skinny. The community that some people live in also plays a part in them being unhealthy due to the fact of they're not able to really to go outside and to be able to enjoy a nice walk without being robbed, without being shot at, or either they don't have, nice sidewalks or either parks, or they don't have any gyms in the area that offers them free opportunity to be able to come in and work out for free without having to pay some type of a membership. How to fight obesity? By lowering the intake of sugar, eat clean, only eat when hungry, eat slow, drink more water, get out and move more, reduce time in front of computer and other electronic devices, exercise at least 30 minutes a day for 5 days out of the week, and eat less processed food. Obesity has raised from 19.4% to 36.7%. If we continue at this rate, by year 2030, the population would have reached 60% of the population being obese in America.